Hey, I want to invite you guys, if you've been listening to this podcast and enjoying this content and are passionate about protection, you should know that we have an entire library of all of the protector symposiums that we've ever done, hosted at protectornation.com. You can go there and you can download those and you can watch every protector symposium we've had to date there online, and you can learn protection tactics from some of the most elite trainers in the world from the comfort of your own home. I think you'll be surprised about how much content we actually have there. It's very, very, very reasonably priced, and you can upgrade your protection skills. Remember, protection is not all about the hard skills. 90% of it is all about the software, the programming, the way you see and move in the world to achieve a safer pattern of life. With that having been said, go to protectornation.com, join us there, and learn from the best of the best. Now, enjoy the show. Boom! What's up, you guys?
What's up, B?
What's up, my man? Super excited about this episode. There are different things that I've been able to get into, but this kind of project that we've done and this man that you're about to meet, Paul of ANVIL'S Cache, I'm super stoked. We're like brothers. You guys just don't know it yet. And we're going to talk about some things that you guys haven't really heard me kind of hit from a different angle. And we'll get into it, man. Paul, how you doing, brother?
You know what? I am blessed to be here. Happy to see your face and excited to talk, man.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. Your art, dude, is out of this world, man. Every time you show me something, every time I see something drop, I'm like, what a gift, man. So I'm looking forward to kind of you telling your story, and then telling the story about the stuff we've done, and then telling the story about this piece here you made for the nation. Let's go. This is awesome, man. The man in the arena. You've been a blessing to my life, man, and so many other people. I remember. Same. No, thank you.
Same.
I remember when I was giving that presentation at Core Medical's deal, and I was looking at you while I was up there talking because you were like kicking the vibes back and forth, bro. You're keeping me going up there, man. So I appreciate it.
I was locked in, man. Everything that you were saying, I was feeling. And as a speaker, you do this often.
Yeah.
You always want that feedback from the crowd. You want to see smiles and you want to see people pumping you up because it lets you know that you're speaking the truth.
Yeah.
And when you were talking, I was like, this guy, I need to be friends with this guy because everything coming out of his mouth is what's in my brain up here. So yeah, man, I'm truly blessed to have you as a friend and a brother, man.
Heck yeah, 100%. That means a lot, man. And so what we've done here, you guys, just so you know, is we have created, a Protector Nation ring, Paul with his skills and abilities. And we've been rolling that out. We're going to officially roll it out here soon. But what I really want you guys to know is about ANVIL'S Cache, man. The stuff that Paul's been putting together has blown my mind. So before we get into like some show and tell, why don't we take it from the beginning, man? Who are you at your core? And then we'll get into kind of like how you got in this business.
You know what? I'm so much different at my core now as an older guy, as a man. When I was younger, I was the wild man. I was the class clown.
Yeah.
I was always the guy that was trying to do the things he saw in movies, like jump a bike over something or skateboard down a big steep hill.
Yep.
I was that guy. And I grew up in a military home. My dad was Chief Master Sergeant in the Air Force. He retired as a Command Chief Master Sergeant. And he was in line for Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force.
Wow.
So I grew up in a home with a lot of structure. My dad was driven. My dad was disciplined. And even though I was crazy, he was trying to instill life lessons way back in the day. Trying to keep me corralled, right? Yeah. And he died a couple years ago now. And everything that he taught me growing up as this wild kid that didn't go to school and only got passing grades so he could play sports.
Right.
All these lessons that he taught me that were so important for a father to have, they came rushing back. When he died, it was almost like the training wheels came off of my life. And I was like, oh shit, I don't have Big Papa Pump anymore to fall back on. I got to do this on my own. And I've been successful, in the military. I was successful. I was a leader. I was an instructor. Worked corrections after the military. That was pretty cool. Sometimes you feel like you're in there as a prisoner too, but did that for a while. Did security at pretty nice bars and clubs and stuff in Vegas and Arizona, Georgia, and did all these wild things. And I got hooked up with a company that makes jewelry. And they hired me on as a salesperson. And I really loved the art, and I loved what they were able to do with metals and putting stones together and telling stories. And I kind of absorbed all of it, Yeah. And years went by with this company, and I didn't feel like it was my place anymore. I started feeling more and more, not like I was a team leader anymore. I kind of felt like just a guy. Yeah. And it was time to move on. So I asked this company if they wanted to do some jewelry with me to help vets, to help military and law enforcement. And at the time, it wasn't a good fit for them. So I gave 90 days, started a nonprofit, started my own nonprofit with some friends. And we ruck marched from San Diego, ruck marched 22 miles a day as a team all the way to Washington, D.C. So we went all the way across as a team. So you ended up doing like 7 or 8 miles, and then that gets added with your team members. Okay. So we were doing that every day. And if there was if we didn't have a full team, you were doing more. Yeah. So we were doing, we were doing that. And, we had like
to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, buddy, 2,800 miles.
God,
was the route we ended up doing.
Hey, that is an offering. Like that is, like I always say, sacrifice is the language of the gods, of God, like fasting, sacrifice, abstaining from something, it's like, so like any offering that is like manpower, that takes sweat, that takes pain, like I really respect it. Homie, that is a mother stinking march, bro.
Yeah, dude, it was 6 months, bro.
Wow.
So
that's a way of life. You change after that,
bro. When we said we were going to do this thing, when I first thought about it, I was like, hey, I called a few homies, and I'm like, hey, do you want to do this with me? That's a deployment. Immediately they were like, yes, I'm in. There was no hesitation with my dudes.
Wow. It was whose car we taking? Whose car we taking, basically?
Yeah. We do. We had an RV donated to us that we painted. We painted flat OD green, the whole thing. Put A10, like an A10 Thunderbolts teeth on the front and like eyes and stuff. And every day we would paint a bomb on the side of this RV that had a 22 in it, like a stencil. And we had bombs all along the side of this RV with all of our sponsors and stuff. And we'd be driving down the road. People would stop us. Yeah, it was awesome, man. If I could do it again better with a better business mind, because I just did it because I needed something to do.
Yeah, because you're a veteran and you're crazy.
Yeah, like I was quitting my job, and I was doing it to heal myself, I guess. Yep. I was struggling, and I'm like, oh shit, I want to hang out with my dudes and go walk across America and just talk some shit out. And purge, that's what we did.
And purge, man, and burn out all the stuff. That's what we're doing in the gym every day. I 100%. I dig it, man. That's a therapy. That's man therapy, bro. And you come back like that with a different look in your eyes. I wish you would have got some content on that, bro. That'd be a cool story,
bro. I got tons of content.
Really?
We got a ton of. Oh man, we were all over the news. Like every city we went to, we were on like the nightly news, and it was cool. It was real cool. We didn't take so the money that was donated to the nonprofit. So it was called the Mother of All Rucks Foundation, the Moore Foundation. all the money that came into more was used for individual veterans in need. So we helped pay for a surgery. We paid for a wedding. We helped get water up and running in a veterans complex. We put TVs in like elderly homes for veterans. We did all this crazy stuff, bought service dogs. We gave every dollar back. We had a fund for the team for like fuel for the vehicles and for food, but that was a separate thing. And we used that to maintain because we were broke. Yeah. We were going broke, man. Like we were using our own money. So when that was done, I came home and I felt like this calling at that time. I felt like doing more for vets again. Like I didn't want to go back to a 9-to-5. So I asked a buddy of mine. Well, I went back to the first company that I was working for, that jewelry company, and I asked them, hey, I got a bigger military following now coming off this ruck march. Do you guys want to do let me design some jewelry? And again, they weren't ready for that. They have their own designer, whatever. So we didn't do that. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to start my own company. And me and a friend who also does jewelry, I showed him some of my designs, and he had no idea like the level of my artistic abilities or my vision.
The level of your artistic ability is supernatural. Like you'll just show me something that you're just sitting there like, I don't know if you're on your couch or what you're doing. And I'm just like, what's happening right now, man? It's amazing.
Usually I'm on my couch when I'm sketching. So that's where that's coming from.
Like it's otherworldly, man. Heck yeah.
Yeah. So I showed this guy some sketches. He was already casting. He was already doing, lost wax casting, and he kind of knew what he was doing. And when I showed him all my drawings for the things I wanted to do, he was like, bro, let's go. So we just went 50-50 on the company. Yeah. I started designing. We started to go to like military events. We started going to bike events, and we started like selling jewelry in a way that my partner wasn't doing at the time.
Okay.
And we got it cracking. That was like 5 years ago. We've separated since. He's doing fine jewelry and I'm still doing this. This isn't for everybody, and it wasn't his true calling. He's selling big engagement rings to rock stars and stuff. And I'm still trying to do stuff for vets. So that's where we met at that military appreciation weekend in South Carolina.
That's awesome, man. I mean, first of all, like, I don't know, bro. I'm blown away by that march you did, man. I just that's honorable, man. That's a good thing. I mean, I know a lot of dudes that go into dark places, man. And I know a lot of other dudes that have gotten out of dark places and they're like, just go for a walk, dude. Start walking, get out, go for a walk, clear your head. And I mean, it's the Forrest Gump method, bro. I went for a run,
that physical exertion always balances stuff out, right?
Yeah, bro.
Like when you're feeling down or you're feeling low or you're feeling anxious or nervous about something, if you go put your body to the limit, it's going to level itself out and you'll be like, I got this. Yep. I no problem. I got this.
Literally.
So I got to remind myself that every once in a while.
100%, man. No, but that's good work for the house, man, for veterans. And then you said something else. Yeah. So the jewelry people that you were working with, them saying no to you. I mean, I think it's like the best thing that can happen. I've been an entrepreneur for a while.
It was the best thing for me.
Yeah, exactly. I've had so many like, and people that you look at and you're like, man, with this person or this company behind me, they could just blow everything up. And then I'll go and then they're like, they don't see the vision. It's not their vision. It's just, and then you walk away. You're like, well, geez, I guess I'm just going to have to do this myself. And it turns out to be the best thing that's ever happened to me in the long run. Dude.
When I left that company, I gave my heart and soul to them. Like I was always on the road. Was it rough? Like, did we deserve more pay? What all that stuff comes into place, sure. But I was the loyal guy. You know what I mean? I was trying to build their team, trying to sell. I know all their customers. It felt kind of like a kick in the teeth to me when they wouldn't even consider it.
Right.
And then I heard through the grapevine later through friends and coworkers and stuff that, there's a little bit of jabberjawing going on. And I was like, you know what? That's just going to make me work harder. So
100%. Because then now you got to win, man. You got to win.
Yeah.
And it's all a gift, man. I swear the haters, all the things, they're all a gift. Because guys like us, we just get more determined. You know what I'm saying? We just get more determined.
Yeah.
The more
put that coal in my fire. Go ahead.
100%, bro. The more damage I take on the way to an objective nowadays, it's like, because even I hit some points in my life these last few years where I'm like, do I really want to do all this? Like, does it gotta be like this? Like, do I gotta be like this crazy, like multiple trading companies simultaneously running multiple details simultaneously, multiple brands, two podcasts? Like, can I just not be such a psycho? Can I just, and I'm like, Father, like, and he's just like, what else you gonna do, young blood? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only one direction, and it's always forward, like you were saying, bro. I love it, man.
So I got these weird things that I look for every day, and I guess they're not weird. I look for blessings every day, which is beautiful. When you start doing that and you see them, you're like, wow. Like 10 years ago, I wouldn't have done that.
Yep.
I look for little signs every day to let me know where I should be steering my ship.
Yeah.
And lately, I've really leaned in when I hear that voice in my head. If it tells me, hey, don't do that, do this. I don't even question it anymore.
Yep.
And it takes a lot of stress away from those hard decisions for me.
100%.
Because everything's going to get done anyway, but I just got to do the thing that I'm focused on or that I'm being told to do.
Yep. Dude.
I'm sure you're the same way.
100%. What you're talking about now, like, this is wisdom, and this is also spiritual wisdom. Like, I mean, for me, for proof of concept, like, I wouldn't be here, bro. Like, I literally was praying and heard a voice that said, go bounce at Hennessy's Tavern in Dana Point. You're going to become a bouncer. You're going to travel the world. I walked into my living room. My girlfriend at the time, she's like, I'm like, I know what's gonna happen. We're good. Like, because I was getting out of the Marine Corps. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know how I was gonna make money. I didn't know how I was gonna even like not be homeless like all my friends. So I was like, I was like, scared, dude. So I was praying. I was like, Father, I don't know what to do. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, why'd you bring me this far? Like, am I just going to be a failure now? I can't stay in the Marine Corps. I didn't want to stay in the Marine Corps because they were starting to get soft at that time. And I was like, I'm not going to war. I know what war is. And what I have to they were getting soft and I couldn't. And then I remember being like, I got to get out. And I had 3 months to go. And I said that prayer and I literally, I don't know if I heard or it was almost like an audible, go to Hennessy's Tavern. Start bouncing. You're going to become a bodyguard. You're going to travel the world. I was like, okay. And I've heard this voice other times in my life, like clear like that. Now, what you're talking about is daily whisper. I get those too. That's literally how I've known when to zig and zag or not zig.
Sure.
I'm like the daily, but this was like one of the times where it was crystal clear. Man, I walked in my living room. I was like, babe, I know what's going to happen. We're good. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm going to go to Hennessy's Tavern. I'm going to bounce there. I'm going to become a bodyguard. I'm going to travel the world. She looked at me, laughs in my face, completely laughs in my face. And I remember, because, she was a young Christian or whatever. And I remember, and I said this like super Jesus-y thing, which is like, I'm so proud of myself because it wasn't on purpose. Yeah, I'm not that cool. But I was like, listen, I know this voice. It saved my life many times throughout my life. All I know is that when it happens exactly as I'm telling you it's going to happen is that you believe. And she's like, yeah, whatever, Byron. And she knew it would be the end of our relationship, and it was. That was the main reason. She was like, you can't go bounce. No, that's a bad idea. God wouldn't tell you to go bounce at Hennessy's. And I was like, God used a hooker and spoke through a donkey at certain. I'm not going to do what he can and can't do. All I know is I know his voice. I'm one of his sheep. This is what I'm going to do. So I went my, butt down there. 3 months in, random, not so random dude looks at me and says, hey, come over here. I'm like, what's up? He's like, he looks at his boy. He's like, have this guy do it. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, you a Marine? I'm like, yep. He's like, you getting out soon? I'm like, yes, sir. He's like, you got combat experience? I'm like, absolutely. He's like, go get these two permits, California Guard Card, exposed weapons permit. Gave me a call back in 2 weeks. I'm going to show you how to make more money doing what you're doing. And I was like, You only got to tell me once, Doug. You know what I'm saying? I call them up in 2 weeks. I blink. I'm doing my first interview in the back of a Bentley on Rodeo Drive. First year, we clear 60 countries with my very first client. I'm 21 years old. I got pulled into the EP industry and put at some of the highest levels, most highly traveled detail in the state of California, straight out of the Marine Corps at 21 years old.
Trial by fire, baby.
Bro, yeah. And then I grew up in dog years. So what you're talking about, in my opinion, is the way, man. I hope you guys are listening to what we're talking about, you know, because I'm not cool enough to still have still been alive, and 2, kept myself out of trouble, and 3, have the success, you know, that by the grace of God, we've been able to pull off so far, man. Yeah. That's a daily thing. That's a relationship with the Heavenly Father thing, man.
What you just said, like, you hope people are listening to this conversation.
Yeah, man.
If more people would trust in themselves and their abilities and would cultivate them and listen to the voices in their head instead of all the chatter from everybody that you're trying to impress that doesn't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And that goes so much more like you've got friends and you've got real friends that are in your corner. No matter what you're going to do, they're going to promote you. They're going to help you.
Brothers.
Most people are not that. Right, brothers. Even most family is not like that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, even Jesus said a prophet is without honor in his own home. He went to his hometown and could do almost no miracles because his whole family was like, "Oh, don't we know this cat? This the carpet.
That guy.
Like, can't be the guy." What you're saying is 100%.
And you just gotta. Some things in life are worth going for. We're only guaranteed what, you know, you're born and then you're dying. Yeah. At some point, this is going to end. Yeah. Why aren't you doing everything possible that you can, that you're able to do, like, and do something wonderful with your life?
100%. When I got blown up in Iraq, that last IED I hit that wrecked me, and I had that out of body experience. That is what that brought me to life, because that's all I remember thinking while I was under. I remember being like, man, I didn't even really get after it. Like, I mean, I'm here, I'm crazy, but like I wasn't aware of the miracle that this life is. Like, I wasn't consciously pushing into like the miracle of what is really going down. And honestly, you said something that I have to illuminate that is so powerful. It's that whole principle of turn your expectations into appreciation. Your entire life becomes a miracle. Like, I mean, dude, like, even when I've gone through hard times, and I'm always going, I mean, even now I'm going through hard times as I learn to manage these businesses and do all this stuff. I will sit there and do exactly what you said, and it will change your state, focus, physiology, conversation, is how you change your trifecta of your internal space. But I will sit there and I'll be like, okay, cool. This is hard. This business thing's happening. This employee thing's happening. This client thing's happening. This financial thing's happening. But like, look at how blessed we are, man.
Oh, man.
Still physically capable. I have my health, man. This isn't the day of my life when I just got the call and supposedly I'm dying. You know what I mean? This isn't the day of my life when, you know, there's a car accident or something. I have to try not to be fat. Like, I have to try not to be like, I got to try not to eat too much good food. I got my lights. I got my car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look outside, I can breathe oxygen. My nose ain't stuffy. Like, there's just so much you can literally look at. And you know what? The other thing is, so many of us have so many things in our lives. I'm trying not to go on a tangent, but I'm going to put a little on it. Bro, we have so many things to that we prayed for yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many things. I got a family, and like the things that we said, God, if you just give me this, I swear, man, like, please, can I just get, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know how I was going to be able to afford a car and a family when I was growing up. Like, I didn't know how I was going to not be fat when I was a little chubby black kid in my mama's house. like we're doing all right, you know, like, you know, so I
can't imagine you as a chubby little kid, man.
Well, I'll show you some pictures, man.
I can't imagine it.
She was let me eat what I wanted. At any rate, man, good stuff, dude. That's beautiful. It's awesome to kind of just hear the man behind the work, your heart, the fact that you did that march and those things. Like, it says so much about you. You're a real veteran, dude. You're a real brother to the community. And then, dude, let's get into some of these pieces, man. I want to do some show and tell. I want to talk about like your flagship piece, the stuff that you showed me when I came to the table, because there's other crazy dudes out there like us that like to wear big, manly pieces of jewelry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'll show you one of the first things that I thought was a really cool idea, and it turned out awesome. So even though I'm Christian, I love the history of warrior cultures.
100%.
And it doesn't necessarily just have to be warrior cultures. It could be criminal cultures. It could be, all that kind of stuff. Like war fighters.
They're warriors too, bro. I respect the game, man.
So I wanted to do a Thor's hammer, a Mjolnir piece, really bad. Yeah. But I didn't want to do this traditional Viking hammer that everybody had, because I saw them at every bike show I went to. You always see big, crazy crosses, hammers. You see the certain same things all the time. Yeah. So I wanted to make Thor's hammer out of Thor's face. So I sketched
this is what I'm talking about, you guys. This is what I'm talking about. Like, who even thinks about that?
Can you see this?
Oh, man.
So can you see that at all?
Yeah, we can see it. But like,
very faint.
Yeah.
So I drew this hammer out of using Thor's face. And I ended up making this. Here, let me get something behind this. Let me put something behind it so you can see it.
Okay.
So it'll focus.
So it'll pop. That is sick, man. So, the detail in these things is just awesome.
There's a Viking longboat up at the top.
Heck yeah.
That is the bail.
The curve, like the dragon head, the tail. Man.
And it is flying on a storm of lightning.
That's like coming down and grabbing his head, man.
And it's grabbing his helmet, yeah. And then on either side, there's a little ram. So it's got his rams from the chariots. And on the back, it's got a dragon protecting this old hammer that they found in the burial mounds. So that was the first thing that I went off on. And we made a ring out of it, which you'll be able to see a little easier because it's silver, it's black and gray. So then we made the ring to go with it.
That's so cool.
So you got Thor on the sides, you got his shields, and every shield has like a Viking rune or stave or something that has meaning. Then you got the two dragons right there holding Thor's hammer. Probably not the best to see in here.
There it is. Yeah.
And, you got it at the end?
Yeah, if you hold it right there in the middle of the screen, like the light, you can make out the details. The double dragons woven together.
Then on the inside, you got his rams.
Oh, yeah. That's
awesome. They're button heads, and that's where the lightning is coming out over his head. And then the shank is a Viking longboat.
Oh, my God.
So what I like to do is I like to take, trying to encompass American sayings, mottos, like our fighting spirit, our military fighting spirit. I've been trying to encompass that into these old world cultures. Yeah. So for instance, I did this Spartan piece, and this was my original sketch.
Okay. The light there it is. It's like I can see it from the lower. Okay, I can see it from the lower half. Yeah, so it's a sword coming down into like
down through it helmet. Into a shield with a helmet.
Heck yeah.
So from that, we grow 3D waxes. So this is the blue is the wax. That's a little Spartan helmet right there.
Heck yeah.
And this one's tiny. So this is the normal size I do it in.
Heck yeah. I like the big stuff, you boy. That's awesome.
There you go. Then we can go big for you.
Woo-hoo, man. That's what's up. That's a shield, man.
So in these pieces, when I was designing this, I was trying to figure out how to put something American into it.
Yeah.
And I did that on the helmet that goes with that piece. So this Spartan right here on his helmet, on this portion, that's the Statue of Liberty's crown.
Yep. I see it, man.
In his mouth, which you can't probably see in here, he's screaming death to his enemies, but his tongue is the rattlesnake off the Gadsden flag. And that's in his mouth.
That's awesome. Heck yeah.
It says, come and take it up here. The sides below the shields, which are the same shields as the pendant, they say with it or on it.
I say,
on both sides.
Yep.
And then the bottom of this one is a column that you would find in like Greece.
Wow.
And the inside, this one's got a battle flag on the inside, American battle flag. Hey. So what we're trying to do with our jewelry is we're trying to take these old warrior cultures that we've heard stories of, and we idolize these guys, Leonidas and Socrates and Marcus Aurelius, all these guys that we look up to. I'm trying to put some of that magic into these pieces to represent the American warfighter and the American, law enforcement agent, all that kind of. I'm trying to encompass it for our culture, and we've done that pretty well now. We started doing silver. The one I just showed you, this one's actually bronze. But a lot of stuff I do in American spent brass.
Ooh, spent brass. Let's go.
This is called the dental tool. So this set of knuckles is all broken teeth. And then on the interior, there's an anvil.
Come on.
You can't see it, but there's teeth all in there. There's broken teeth all on top of that anvil. So this is made out of spent brass.
Heck yeah.
And I either get rounds. Oh, dude, you know what? This is about 1.5 pounds.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of brass in this thing.
Wow.
So with stuff like this, I'm trying to let you, as a service member, take like a piece of brass that you kept from a course you went through or a mission you were on, or a friend's, overseas, a friend's 21 gun salute, all that stuff. And you can now put that into a piece of jewelry or set of brass knuckles or a trench dagger. There's that one that I was showing that I was drawing for so long. So this one, this trench knife has a lot of stuff in it that represents my dad. There's a chevron or a set of chevrons right here that are like chief stripes that morph into an arrow holding this obsidian looking blade to this old trench dagger. And
the knuckles on it.
Yeah, so it's got the 13 rattles from the Gadsden snake on the grip. It's got a diamondback pattern on the top, and it says always forward right there. I don't know if you can see that.
Forward, man.
And then up front, it's got the fangs of the rattlesnake. Inside, there's a chiro that I put in there for you when I was making this.
Let's go.
That's in there. There's a chiro right in there. But I did one of these in silver. This one I made from a lot of silver coins that my dad had given to me over the course of my life.
Really?
So this has like American silver dollars and Morgans and Mercury dimes and stuff. This is about almost 2 pounds of pure silver.
Wow.
I'm going to make 300 of these in bronze.
Wow.
And to get one of these, you're going to have to actually have a conversation with me, tell me a little bit about who you are as a man, why you want something like that in your life, because this is a keepsake for warriors. So I'm going to do 300 of these.
Let's go.
You already got a number, bro. You already got one of the numbered ones. So.
Oh, man, I love you, man. This is such cool stuff. I mean, I get energy from listening to like what you create, your vision, the warrior spirit behind everything. Like for me, like, I mean, even for me, even with the piece that you made for the nation, man, like, you know, like I'm going through stuff right now and I'm throwing down with the enemy, taking hits, taking spears, freaking giving some back. And, you know, for me, I see, you know, the lion accompanies me. He's my overwatch. He's my protector. You know, like I take that spirit out there with me, my heavenly Father, the warrior, the faceless man in the arena, man, like the emotionless. It's like so many things are happening, but all I'm doing is focusing on my target, controlling what I can control, and prioritizing, executing. I don't feel anything. I'm just executing, bro. So it's just, for me, I gain power and strength from all these things. Like even the ink, the tattoo that I, put all over my body. Like when I take my shirt off, like it reminds me, like I have, the lion, I have the eagle, and these are different elements, the spiritual groundwork, being dominant on the ground, like, and it lets me know who I am. I mean, I put these things here to gain power. So a piece of jewelry.
So weird how warriors do that, or men. They have very deep spiritual like meaning behind most of what they put 100%. On their body. And you can learn a lot about someone just by kind of studying them as you're meeting them and talking to them. If you can learn a lot by the way they dress, like everything about someone tells you who they are. 100%. Sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad.
100%. And also, I think if you study great warrior cultures, they all have a very hardcore spiritual element to them, right? Whether it's good or bad, whatever. But a lot of them, there's you need to be spiritually fit in order to be able to operate in a supernatural level. Like giving your life, you have to have a premise about that. Like being, and because it's the highest level of service that really exists, is being a warrior, in my opinion. You can't just identify as a warrior. No, you need to train to be a warrior, or else you're just going to get wrecked. And you start to realize that as you get close to combat.
And it's not even just the physical. If you're not in control of your emotions when you're in bad situations, like the emotional element of that is ties hand in hand with that spirit.
100%.
If you have something to live for and you believe in something higher, and you know that this is just a phase, it makes it easier to operate when you're in dire straits. You can
100%.
think because you're not worried about that mortality. You are, but you're not worried about it to the point where it strikes fear into your soul. You're still able to do your job.
100%, man. I was just in a situation last month in another country where it was like a lot of people passed on that detail because it was kind of looked at as a suicide mission. But me and the guys that went, we went for higher reasons. We went because we serve a higher purpose. We went because it was the Lord. And I believe the Lord is the only one that got us through that thing, because the situation was like, on the logical, physical plane, was very dire, but so much good happened. And if we hadn't done it, it wouldn't have happened. But you needed to be a man of faith in order to step foot on that battlefield, especially if you knew the situation. And so
I believe it.
I agree with you 100%, man. And I've been up against so many things in my life that I was like, Father, this is going to I'm not strong enough for this. I mean, whether it's on a battlefield, in business, relationship, all those things. And I think warriors get it wrong when they think that being a warrior is just a physical thing. No, man, like as men and as warriors, we got to be warriors in all those areas and learn how to beat back the enemy in all those areas to protect and provide and serve our families and our tribes. Like I'm getting a new detail. All I'm thinking about is my guys. Like, yo, I'm going to be create a whole nother 8 jobs, a whole nother team, a whole nother training budget. Like that's what gets me going, Yeah. Well, I love this stuff. Dude, you got to.
That comes with wisdom, man. It comes with wisdom.
It does.
Wisdom is earned.
100%. That's the dang truth, man. Yo, you got to show us that. Do you have that flagship one, the ring that's the image that you have on your hat?
That guy?
Yeah, man. That one's awesome.
I just sold the last one. Yeah, I don't have the operator, bro. This guy. So this guy right here.
Yes.
His name is Bernie. He's named after my dad.
Bernie. I love it.
But we call it the ring is actually called the Gadka ring, or the Great American Door Kickers Association. So that one, there's a lot of guys that really dig that one, obviously, because it's got all the Gucci gear on it. It's got the MVG mount and the Mitch helmet, and it bearded up, talking on a mic. I wish I had one here. I do not. I got that guy.
Heck yeah. That's I mean, it reminds me, what is it? Give me the details on it.
So this one, I was a cop in the Air Force. So we earned our beret after tech school and all that, and you had to shave your beret and do all that stuff. And my dad was a cop in the Air Force, so I've seen images with berets my whole life, and it was really cool to be a part of that when I was in. I was very proud of that. So I created a ring, and this one has my old crest on it. But I created a ring because there's a lot of guys in the Army that wear berets. All the Ranger units and pararescue. I created a ring that I could swap people's function badge on or their crest on. So now I've made this guy for Green Berets, for for Rangers, I made it for all these different guys because I can swap out the badge on it. That's a pretty fun one to play with.
What I think is awesome about your jewelry is just the depth, man. It's just the depth. After I listened to you talk, you talked about, was it a konate, which was like without dust?
Yeah, konate. Yeah, no duster.
No dust, man. And like how that worked in the ancient Greek civilizations and stuff. That stuff motivated me. And there's so much depth to those things, and wearing something that tells a story and will bring you power, I think is so serious. And it can anchor you, Yeah. It can anchor you as you go through your life, and you look down on your hand or you look around your neck and you're like, yo, this is part of who I am. This is something I can give to my kids. This is something like it's super powerful.
Super powerful.
What are some
like your ring? You'll be able to pass that down forever.
Oh, you better believe it, man.
Someone's gonna love getting that ring one day. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. They're gonna watch me wear it, and then I'm gonna give it to them. I mean, I should talk a little bit about this guy here. So this is the man in the arena ring that he did for me. And I was so for the nation. So if you guys want to get something like this or any of the jewelry, obviously reach out to Paul. But I've always, ever since Gladiator, when I saw the Tiberius in the ring fighting the main gladiator in the movie, Russell Crowe, I've always just been fascinated with that scene because it's just like two men, Mortal Kombat. I've always been fascinated with, I love Predator as well. I've always been fascinated with warriors that can die, right? Oh, what you got? Yo, you got something. There you go. That's what's up, man. Look at the detail, man.
Dude, tell your story and I'll tell you about this ring. I just did this.
Oh, man. So I've always been, like really into warriors and like the fact that they can die. Then the fact that warrior was undefeated in the Colosseum up until he fought with Russell Crowe's character Maximus, and he was defeated. And I just love the beauty and the romance in that. And I always think of myself, because ever since my PTSD has been around essentially never leaving war, I came back and I went through all my different changes, and all these different things happened, and my drug phase and my party phase and my, all these different phases. And I realized that my PTSD is the fact that I'm a warrior and I have to live an interesting life, and I'm addicted to dopamine. And if I'm not at war, I'm not okay. You know what I'm saying? Like cats that are like going to greener pastures, like maybe
I feel it, man,
guys, bro. But like when I got out, I was like, dude, I'm doing drugs and partying because I want to feel normal, bro. And this Nerf, like Lamborghini forced to drive in a school zone thing I'm supposed to do and being nice to people. Like I just was dying inside. And so now, even now, my war is the entrepreneurial journey, trying to create as much value as I can, serving my teams, my people, my family on the highest levels by executing on these super, super lofty tasks and battles that I never thought I could win. And so when I wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, I'm the man in the arena, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
For better or for worse.
I just talked about that today. I did like every once in a while on my personal Instagram, I'll talk about something that motivated me or try to motivate others. Whatever.
Yeah.
I just like to get my thoughts out there because I want to see what other people feel. And this morning I was talking about, why do anything in a way that isn't like the best effort?
Right.
Like why like if you're gonna make a sandwich, make the best sandwich you can make. Like 100%. If you like it doesn't matter what it is, always give your best effort because you can only get better from that. right?
Yeah. And people think they have to be perfect in order to give. Like I'm not on Instagram Live because I'm perfect. I'm on Instagram Live because I'm working my butt off, trying to best out what I can. And I know there's somebody out there with no friends, like where I was. No friends. No one's talking to them. No one's trying to help them. And I'm not a black belt, but I might be a blue belt or a brown belt. And if I give you what I got, it's going to help everyone on every belt
level
system.
Up.
Even some of the dudes on top of the belt system are going to be like, it's kind of useful. So I'm just going to give, I love it. Anyways, go ahead. So you were saying.
So with like your ring, like that, like I was so happy when you got that because I know one, if you love it, I know what you're going to feel when you put it on. Maybe you hate it and then I don't know how that's going to go, usually I'm coordinating with who I'm doing a piece for. Right. So you said Predator.
Yeah. Send it.
I just did this Predator ring with Pumps Precision Rifle Training. They were up in South Carolina. They just hit three of them just hit a 3-mile shot with the rifle on the same day. 3 miles, bro.
On the same day.
Same day. So Chase and his wife hit, and then someone that they were either instructing or a partner. They all hit the same shot.
Wow.
And I had been working on a ring for him for his birthday, which just passed. He wanted a Predator ring with night vision goggles. I took the Predator in the helmet and I put a mount on it, the quads.
Yeah. And
then I shot him in the face because they shoot long distance rifles. And blew half his mask off so you see his face. And one of the goggles is gone. But I just did this for him.
Oh, no one's got done like this, right?
So there's his face, and then there's no goggle on this side.
Yeah,
he's got the goggles over there on his helmet, and there's stones set inside the goggles, so it gives it a green glow.
Oh.
So there's little green stones in there.
Wow!
But I just finished this for them.
That's amazing, man.
So I do custom stuff all the time, and custom stuff pays my bills.
Okay,
sure.
Yeah. And that was the next thing I was going to talk to everybody about, man. If you guys have any idea, you're like, I wonder if trust me, bro, reach out to Paul and he'll make it a reality. So
if you want something for your company, like something for an anniversary, I've got a ring set up that all these flat panels on this ring, you can laser whatever you want on it. I just finished this one up. So this is like a signet ring. You can put a name on the banner. You can put a company logo, family crest. So I got if you don't want to pay for a full sculpt, we can still get down on a custom piece.
Heck yeah, man. And that's the way, if you're thinking of, I was thinking.
You just held a yawn. You just held a yawn back, didn't you?
No.
Yes, you did.
I'm good. Dude, do you have any of the hammers or any of the,
I got a Trump hammer.
You made a hammer. Was it a hammer or was it a freaking tomahawk that you showed me the other day?
Oh, I've made both.
That was just out of this world, man. Come on.
Did this one.
Heck yeah. So details on every panel of that thing.
Got Trump on there saying fight. So this is a Trump one.
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
Is that upside down, right side up?
That's right side up. I love it.
So I just finished this one. It's got We the People lasered in it.
Heck yeah.
It's got the join or die rattlesnake, and these were all numbered. I'm gonna do 45 of these, but it comes with all the stuff like that is gonna come with like a really badass.
Come on, man. Let's go. As a gift for a man, especially like a made man, there's these people that just already have everything. You're like, what am I going to get him? This type of thing, bro. This type of thing.
Give him a hammer. Give him a war hammer. We'll do a custom war hammer.
Heck yeah, man. Or a tomahawk. That's awesome too, bro.
I'm getting ready to make a new tomahawk. I'll be sending you drawings for sure.
Heck yeah.
I'll be sending you drawings from the couch.
Let's go, man. The drawings from the couch where it's at. But yeah, dude, I mean, even on this one, just run you guys through real quick. We have obviously the lion helmet, right? And for me, and it can mean something else for you guys, that's my top cover, man. You know, that's my Heavenly Father who goes with me into battle, right? And that's the man in the arena who's fighting through everything. There's a teardrop in his eyes, man, because we don't want to do battle. But as long as there are evil people in the world, we must be better at battle than them. And I hate battle, but I will win if I have to fight for the people I love, right? The Chiro on the side, you guys know that one. By this sign, I will conquer. And then this is a pretty cool detail. This was actually my hand. I was doing a design with howitzer clothing. And they were like, and I was trying to describe to them, it's on our shirt, our protector shirt. You guys can look up howitzer to get that protector shirt. But they were like, dude, just show me a picture of your hand holding the blade the way that you want it in the thing. And I just took a picture and then they just put on the shirt. Yeah, man. And that hand, that's the peaceful, not harmless hand. You know what I'm saying? Because he's kind of throwing up a peace sign, but he's got a knife in his hand. You know what I'm saying? And then on the inside, man, we have the skull with the braided arrows and the reef, right? The reef. Yeah, man. The reef for sovereignty, the braided arrows for unity, and the flag, the protector.
That's a bitch on that inside. That's a bitch to pull that off on the inside.
Right? I can only imagine, man. Man, so you're the man, dude. I love it. Such amazing stuff. I think it's an amazing, timeless contribution to people's lives, and also the not just the industry, but the demographic. You know, the community. You know, this stuff's going to outlive all of us, man. And I wanted to just have you come on and tell your story and talk about your jewelry and your gear. Are there any projects you have coming up that you're excited about?
So I'm working on a hatchet tomahawk. Yes. Working on we do small runs of clothing every now and again. I do hats and stuff. Okay, good. Probably going to throw out a couple really good new T-shirts and hats for the Christmas season. Just got some new packaging, like our boxes that the stuff is coming in now are solid wood, laser, like beautiful. You could put anything in there for display. I'm always into something, man. I'm always into something.
That's what's up, man. Once we drop Protector Nation proper, we will have your gear in there, bro.
I am.
Set it up. Let's go.
I'm hoping and praying for it. Thank you.
Heck yeah, man. Well, I always ask a few questions as we start to roll through this. Man. Hardest lesson you've learned in the game or in life, in the game of making jewelry, or just in your life, man?
You know what? So hardest lesson in business, jewelry. I'll go with that one, and then I probably have something else. You can be the best designer, donut maker, carpenter. You can make the best thing, right? If you don't have the mindset to manage the business correctly, start there. Like know how to project and save like money from your margin, like learn like taxes and learn all that stuff. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to be successful at making all these things or running your business, and you don't know what you're doing with your money, you're gonna dig yourself a hole and bury yourself in it. Yeah. And I've been lucky that I've had some really good mentors. And I have some amazing partners that have helped me, because I'm like a tornado of ideas. Right. And when I know the right one, I just attack it, and I got blinders on to everything else. I'm not watching the bank account. I'm not doing all that stuff because I'm not good at it. And what it boils down to is, it's not that I'm not good at it. I've been too scared my whole life to learn it. There you go. Right. Because if you say you're not good at something, okay, well, you're just not then. I believe
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're good or not at it. You better learn that anyway.
Get it better. Right. So that's a business thing. Yes. In life, I mean, I'm a big proponent now of learning as much as possible from the people that came before you and were successful at what they did. So like all the years I didn't want to listen to my dad and his advice. And like guys like the top chief in the Air Force. Why wouldn't I want to listen to that leader? I was too stubborn, too arrogant.
Yeah, we're sons.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So you got it, and that could go for a boss at work. That could go like for wherever. If someone's older than you, has done it longer than you, and they're successful at it, don't let their personality get in the way of their knowledge.
Yeah.
Learn from that individual. Because you can always step aside, but draw what you can from that person, because that experience is equal to college degrees. It's
100%.
It's money. You got to learn from the people that know more about you in the realms that you don't know shit in.
Yeah, 100%, that have already been down that road. So you have to learn all the lessons they already learned. No, that's wisdom as well, man. And I think on the business thing, 100%, like business, and this is a trap that a lot of operators and creators fall into. It's like, I'm a really good operator, I'm a really good EP guy, I can do a business. I have the best, I just created the most amazing cup in the world. It's like, okay, cool. You want to make this into a business, homie? Understand entrepreneurship in a business, that's another skill set. Just because you're a great Navy SEAL doesn't mean you're a great instructor. That's a different skill set.
Sure.
Because you're a great EP guy doesn't mean you're going to be a great EP company owner. That's a different skill set. And then with us, like, just because you're super creative and can just be like awesome ideas, because that's me too, doesn't mean like you now have to figure out the marketing for that. Otherwise, no one's going to see your product. No one's going to care, and you're going to die. Right. And then you got to figure out how to make a business run and keep blood in that thing, keep money moving in that thing. Otherwise, you're going to die tired as well. So this whole entrepreneurial thing, I always tell veterans that are like, man, the good old days, combat, it was so this. I'm like, bro, if you're bored, become an entrepreneur. Like, you want a war, become an entrepreneur.
Be bored.
Yeah, bro, you will not be bored. You will have your fair share of booty clenching and then like getting after it. You'll be fighting for your life.
Dude, by the time, way more than even combat.
Yeah, like, bro, really, dog. Yeah,
bro. The battles that I go through as an entrepreneur are so much more scary than going on a patrol. Or getting into a cage and fighting. Like those made me like pucker a little bit. Yeah. This is on a whole different level, bro. That'll close that booty up.
Yeah, bro. You're just riding this thing trying to hold on. Like, holy cow.
One more day. Please, God, give me one more day in this.
It's the truth, man. Oh, man. So you guys, hey, get a good idea. Try to make it into a business. You will not be bored anymore. I tell you right now. And fight for it like hell. Yeah. Fight for it the way you fought for Uncle Sam.
Don't quit. If you're still hearing it in your voice, in your head, and you're still being pushed to do it, don't quit.
Don't quit.
You might have to change gears to supplement it. Don't quit.
Mm-hmm. Hit it from another angle, but there ain't no turning back. We're always forward around here, man. Yo, what would you say your proudest moment in this game creating jewelry would be?
Man, probably the highest I've ever felt, like spiritually, and felt real love. Damon John came to my booth from Shark Tank. The people's shark.
Yeah.
Creator of FUBU. Someone that, as a fashion guy, I like fashion. So I knew all about him. Like, I love hip hop. I love that whole era where he was creating like Fat Albert cartoons on jean jackets and stuff. Because I love art. He came to my booth at Barrett Jackson, and the advice that he gave me and the compliments he gave me on my work and my vision and my talent, that made me feel amazing to have this mega superstar entrepreneur give me great feedback. And me and him, he texts me, like, I'll text him and he'll text me back. And it's so cool to have someone like that, like, see you.
Yeah, man. Let's
you know
go.
What I mean?
100%.
Like, even that guy saw what I'm doing, and he understood what I'm doing. I might not be shit, but he understood it. And that made me feel pretty good, man.
That's super cool, man. And
then my dad kind of he was I first started doing this and he was alive, he would always buy my first piece of something.
That's so
because
cool.
he didn't want me to strike out with something like something I envisioned and put weeks into. Wow. He would always buy my first piece. He'd buy it just so I could have a win. And that felt pretty good, man.
Man, that's awesome. That's the good stuff, man. I gotta spend some more time.
Getting a little choked up, man.
Yeah, bro.
Son of a gun.
No, that's good, dude. That's the good stuff, man. Pops, he's worth it. Yeah, 100%. No, that's awesome, man. What would you say if you were going to say one habit? You may have already given it, but one habit for people to think about on a daily basis that they should do that'll make them better people, make their lives better. You're going to give them something. Well,
like I said, I out of habit, I look for blessings. I told you that one.
I was hoping.
But I also I have another habit, and sometimes it makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
My wife has grown to understand it, and she even emulates it a little bit now, which is pretty cool.
They take them a minute. They start taking on our stuff.
Same thing with my kids. My kids watch everything I do. So no matter where I'm at, I always try to communicate with whoever's in front of me in the kindest way possible.
Yep.
And I try to uplift them in some way. And not so much like, hey, your shirt looks great. Yeah. That's kind of superficial, right? That could work too. But after speaking to like someone at like Burger King or Target, like for instance, an old lady that's ringing me out at Target. I try to strike up a conversation with her and try to feel her vibe. And then I try to hit people with something that leaves their day better.
Yep.
Like, hey, you know what, Phyllis? I love your hair, and I knew you were going to be a really cool person just by the way you carry yourself. Yeah. You're the first person I've talked to in a couple of days that like asked me about me today, and I think that's a very special thing. Thank you. I'm going to do that too. Whatever it is, you try to hit them with something, that makes them think about you later in the day.
Homie, this is like a cheat code to living a happier life. I do this exact same thing. I'm like the ultimate gym bro, homie. When I'm in the gym, bro, like I'll be walking there. What's up? Good to see you. Dapping up dudes. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you again. Get after it. Like I'm the same way.
Because why not? Why shouldn't you do that?
You're spreading love and life.
We're all human.
Yeah,
we're all humans, right?
And
I remember when I first saw you. Yeah. I looked over and I saw you walk in, and I saw you catch my eye too.
Yeah.
I just got up and walked over. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go talk. This dude looks like Blade. This guy looks like Blade. And I walked over and I just wanted to know about you.
Yeah, man.
You had a different persona. You carried yourself in a manner where I already knew that's my guy.
Yeah, no, same, dude. I saw this, I was like, I respect that guy right there. I already know, we're already cool, before he even makes it over here. But this, what we're talking about is like a cheat, because what ends up happening is when you tell Phyllis, who's a 70-year-old lady who has a nice smile and beautiful energy still, and you're like, you got a wonderful smile. You made my day better. When you tell her that, she lights up, and then you feel awesome. And then you start to realize, if I go through life being awesome to people and making them feel good, like I feel good and they feel good. And it's just a better way to live. I don't care how cool you are, how jacked you think you are. I don't care. This is a cheat code for living a better, awesome, beautiful life, man. It's good.
Sir.
Love it. 100%, man. Dude, so this has been awesome. I love you, Paul.
Yes, sir. I love you too.
No, thank you, man. One last.
Your head looks good. Your bean looks good today, bro.
Oh, thanks, man. I do what I can,
Nice and smooth.
I clean it up in the mornings. Last question, and this is one of my favorite ones. At the end of the day, what's it all for? How do you want to be remembered, brother?
I want to be remembered as a redeemed man that went through his own darkness and struggles and didn't always see the gifts and beauty in life and didn't always treat others well. I want to be remembered for the transformation into something now that I want to leave a legacy for my kids. I want them to be proud. I want my children to hear my voice echoing in their brain when they're not around me, when I'm no longer in their life someday. I want them to hear daddy's voice. Don't do that. You shouldn't be in this situation. Get away from this person. I want them to hear the lessons that I've taught them. And if I can be remembered as someone that has touched people in that kind of way that's lasting, I'll be happy, bro.
Heck yeah, man. My man. That's real man stuff, dude. I love it. Good stuff. I love you, bro.
Love you too, man.
This has been good. This has been good, man. If you guys have any projects, anything, any gifts, any trophies, any commemorative things, Paul is the man, dude. Paul is the man to make those things into a reality, probably in ways that are better than you thought it could be done. So I hope. 100%, bro. I want to give ANVIL'S Cash a shout out. Yo, where can people find you? The links will be in bio, but where can people find you online?
So you can go directly to our website at anvilscache.com. Most of our content is on Instagram. I'm on Instagram more than anything. It's just at ANVIL'S_cache, which is CACHE_. Chose that name because it was like where you're caching your gear, you're laying up your stuff, your treasure. So when you go to ANVIL'S Cache, you're seeing all my treasures. Yeah, man. I love it. Good to go. Okay. Well, solid, bro. It's been good. I can't wait to do more stuff with you. Looking forward to connecting with you. Hopefully working together as well here in the future. Gotta make some stabby stuff. I'm all about it, man. Make something people can just have on them. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we'll get into it. But thank you, brother. It's an honor. Yes, sir. More good stuff to come, man. Boom!
Boom. When it comes to the technology you use to protect your home, there's nothing better than Deep Sentinel. AI-driven, human-monitored technology that will keep you and your family safe for the same price you're paying for whatever Ring doorbell system you have. Check out Deep Sentinel. It's such an honor to join forces with these guys. They should be in every single house in the world. Get real-time Overwatch for you and your loved one. And for 10% off, depending on when you're watching this, don't forget to use code Byron at checkout. Boom! Quick shout out to our sponsor, Staccato. My first pistol sponsor. I've been sponsored by a lot of companies, right, over the years. But when it comes to pistol, that's my bread and butter. Pistol is something I believe in. You know, I'm a competitive shooter. You know, we're shooting anywhere from, 800 rounds a month type of thing, right? So Staccato, being what I believe, is one of, if not the most complete handguns you can put in your hand. It's got every component that a handgun could have, should have. They're actually extremely dependable now that they've made some changes, and these things are straight up tack drivers. If you're looking for a pistol that will do as much of the work for you as a piece of hardware can, obviously you have to have the marksmanship and all the different things, but different guns perform at different levels. And I want to say that Staccato is one of, by far, for sure, take it from a competitive shooter, we're shooting the highest volumes of rounds constantly right now. Not used to have a background guy, but like right now, when you go shoot, you're going to see certain brands. Staccato is one of, if not the highest performing firearm that is both CCW, duty ready, and also competitive ready. So I want to give them a shout out. If you guys are looking for a good handgun to build your skills on top of, go check out Staccato. Much love and respect. Yo, if you enjoyed that episode and you like learning things like that, I want to encourage you to go to Protector Nation, build a profile, get in the Civilian Protector Project. This is where you can learn from these guys, live Zoom calls. You can see the full modules that you just watched, and you can become part of a community. It's the first social media platform for protectors where we can get to know each other, we can network, we can learn together. We do live Zoom calls with different SMEs every single month. There's so much packed in there. I'm in there. It's an honor, it's a privilege. Looking forward to working together to make the world a safer place by helping good people to become more willing, capable, and prepared. Protector Nation, Civilian Protector Project, let's go.